Hey, hi everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, my it was just spinning and spinning and spinning and I was like, "Oh no, please don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, internet." So, I have watched most of the day. I would say most of the day. I actually it's funny because I had an errand to run while Cheryl was on, and I know that Cheryl is creating for me this month. Hey, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Hey, Linda. So, I started to kind of watch a little bit, and I was like, no, I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to watch before I do because I could tell that I don't know. I could tell it was gonna make me emotional. So I was like, no, I'll watch this later. And I don't usually watch, in the beginning, I watched the whole thing all the way through for the people that were creating for me. And since I've decided I like to watch a little bit, but not the whole thing. Hey Lisa, hi, you guys, thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it so much. This is such an amazing event. I love it. I love it so much. And I love creating the squares. I love receiving the squares. I love watching what other people make. It's just been an amazing experience, and we're already halfway through. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I need to get my one that I here it is. I have it tucked right up here. I have it tucked right up here. Oh, they don't. We, you know, that seems about right, Linda, doesn't it? Sometimes I tell you what, uh, it was buffering a lot. Hey, Amanda, hi. Hey, Jeanette, thank you guys so much for coming in here. I appreciate it so much. Um, I don't remember what I was saying. I'm just happy to be here, guys. I'm so happy to be here and be involved in this and watch everybody create. It's so much fun. So much fun. Did it get fixed? Good, because since it was buffering so much, when I was getting ready to go live, hey Sue, I was for a minute there scared. Hi Cheryl, I was actually going. Hey Luann, good evening. I was actually going back to look at my messages to see who was on after me, and I looked and it was 6:58. I was like, oh no, no, I don't have time. And then it took a long time to buffer. So, okay, I have my square here. This is my square from Chris Hunter. And I looked. I don't wait. I open it, I tear into it. Um, I love, this right here. Wait, on this side. This right here, look. Look at the tacos. I love that so much. I've got the music all behind. She says, I'm so grateful I've had coffee, and so is everyone else. Super cute with the coffee. Hey, Denny. Hi, Kelly. And then up here, there's these charms. One of them says, I love music, which actually I think my keys were in here earlier, but my keys have like a old school record on them and a guitar and a treble clef. And, I don't actually know which side it's on, but I have a tattoo behind my ear. Me and my mom and my sister all got them for Mother's Day one year, of a music note behind my ear. So yeah, music is definitely one of my loves, and the beach. So there's my square from Chris. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job showing it. I don't want to point my camera down yet because I got my stuff there for Cheryl. So I'll point my camera down and show this too. That way it'll be easier for you guys to see. There we go. Let me switch this. And then I'm going to go like that. Okay. So we're right side up. There we go. I still don't feel like it does seem kind of choppy. Is it doing it again? My hair is I'm shedding. I'm shedding. Maybe like that. But yeah, I like the little, here she signed it. I like the little kind of vintagey looking swimsuit, kind of pinup style banners. I do like a party, so there we go. I love those tacos. I think those are awesome. Okay. It is so sweet. I love these, I love this event so much. So, okay. I am creating for Cheryl, and she is creating for me this month. And like I said earlier, I started to watch hers. I was actually running an errand, and I looked at a little bit and I was like, no, I'm not going to watch. I'll wait till later. But so the first time I wouldn't say met Cheryl, but I think it was last May, earlier in the year, last year. I think it was actually Amanda, Simply for Amazing Art, who invited her to be in an event. And she was like, Cheryl. And I was like, no, I don't. It's so funny how many creatives there are out there you think that everybody should know. Anyway, at that point, I hadn't heard of Cheryl. And she graciously did an event, and I believe it was a Mother's Day event. And she told a story about her mom. And then when she took over the Crafty Bunch and I heard about that, I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I really like Cheryl. So over the year, a little over a year now, I have discovered her generosity, because I switched gears in my business from furniture to paper to more craft stuff. And she has been so generous with her knowledge and her time, and just open to helping. And she doesn't need, I know she's busy. She's offering this help to me, I should say. I'm not asking for it. She is seeing something in me, and she will offer some advice, which I'm so grateful for. So let's see what else. We know that Cheryl loves Jesus. We know that she's a grandma, and that she she has to be the best grandma, right? She has so much patience and is so kind. So I had this. I'm going to move this stuff off. This is where I started working on it yesterday, kind of laying things out. You guys, I have so much fabric and all kinds of stuff out. I'm not going to be able to fit everything I have out on this square. Okay. So here's what I have so far for Cheryl. I had these overalls in my stash, and I noticed her saying that she has gotten into sewing on her jeans and overalls, and I have been wanting to do that. I used to paint on my clothing, and I have some overalls that I painted on. But I haven't ever sewn on them or remade any kind of clothing or anything like that. So I took the overall bib, and I took some quilt that I had, and I actually have a Dresden pattern, Big Shot Sussex thing, but they're just too big. They're too big. So I put them behind here. She's going to have 1, 2, 3 pockets, and then this little thing right here. So, hi, Maureen. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you're watching through the Crafty Bunch, and I hope that you're following all of the other creatives that are on here. If you see that blue follow button, then just follow them there. Okay, so I am going to be piecing together some flowers and different things with some quilt squares. And I don't know if this makes sense to anybody. I love this ratty old measuring tape. And I think of Cheryl as a teacher because she's taught me so much in the short time I've known her. So I'm going to incorporate this somehow. I'm not sure you guys can see because it's really pixelated on my end. Hey, Sarah, I hope you're feeling better, friend. But it is really faded and it's got these strings coming off of it. It's just cool. It's just cool. It came in a batch of stuff I got from an estate sale. So I want to kind of put it somewhere on here because that makes me think of a teacher for some reason. And I think of her that way. So, and oh my gosh, you guys, my stack of stuff over here is ridiculous. Doilies, chenille, there it is. Okay. So I also found at the thrift, I found this blanket. It had 4 of these little gals on there. I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm not sure. That is true. That's true, Linda. That's hilarious. Hi, Karen. Hi, Capri. Hey, Stacy. Thank you guys so much for coming on. But it's just, I don't want any one thing to take up that much room. But I kind of thought I could cut this square, obviously, a lot closer to. I just haphazardly, as you can see, just zipped around it really quick. I was thinking I could cut out each of these shapes in a different kind of fabric, possibly. That's why I traced it. But, everything's a work in progress. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, you know what I do, Lisa? Hey, Michelle. Hi. Yes, Sunbonnet Sue. Now, I absolutely I love Holly Hobby. Linda can attest, I'm always going on about it. It's just such memories for me as a kid. I was Holly Hobby for Halloween like every year because it was the hand-me-down costume in my family, and I was the youngest, so. Right. Yes, Capri, exactly. That's how I feel about it too. I feel like there is all kinds of opportunity for little bits of hidden yumminess in here. Okay. So for now, what I'm going to do, and look. Where's the little piece? There it is. So whenever I see fabric like this at the thrift, I love it. I mean, it's so fun to use in things like this. It's a pillowcase, and I just took the ruffle off, but the pink and the blue and the ribbon is just too perfect. So I'd like to incorporate that maybe. And honestly, does that not look like a bonnet? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can make this look like a bonnet. But, okay, I have so many ideas. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my quilt scraps. And I want this one. And I want, this is all vintage fabric, but this is a quilt piece that I made when I was making a purse for my sister. So I kind of want to use part of it just because I made it. That's the only reason. So I'll probably use some of that. Let's just, you guys, you know what? Yesterday I used my friction pen actually to get the bib cut out and get it square. And I mean, I was right here when I used it, but I can't find it. So I'm going to just kind of do some shapes here. I feel like they need to be somewhat exaggerated. Let's see. Let's see what I got. Hey, Lydia. It does, right? I definitely think I can make that a bonnet. I definitely think it's going to happen. So I don't know if you guys can see, but these pieces of the quilt, I did a little blanket stitch all around the edges. And definitely to keep the pieces of the quilt together, something has to, I need to do something like that on these little pieces too. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. I wanted to get, I might just have to wing it and not worry about drawing it on. She did. She did. I did not get to that point. That's great. That's awesome. Well, when I found that, it's like a little blanket, and there are 4 on there that somebody has embroidered. Uh, and I was thinking of her and Chris Hunter. You know, when I came across it, I was like, oh, I will be able to use that for sure. But I'm kind of, I didn't get the part I wanted. I like this with the pink bow. Isn't that adorable? I'm kind of I like to give the impression of something without it being actually that. You know what I mean? Like I want you to look at it and it reminds you of Sunbonnet Sue without actually being her. So I'm kind of liking the idea of using this pillowcase. And oh my gosh, it matches so good with this up here. Okay. So I think that for today, for right now, we're going to kind of place these. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yeah, I definitely do better just winging it with the scissors, I think. Yes, Capri, I love that. I, Pam, if you figure out the answer to that, you let me know. And I mean, honestly, I can't, it was last summer. We switched carriers and I am not happy. I am not happy. I feel like since then it has just gone downhill. And my husband wants to tell me I'm crazy, but me and my daughter are both like, I don't think we are. So I don't like that there. I like that there's a little flower there in that. Oh, and I have doilies too. You know, I got some doilies out too. But this turquoise stripe with the pink gingham is awesome, I think. I like that together. If we do this, that's so much bigger. Do, do, do. One more. I love too how much, I mean, we're all different. Like all of us creatives, we're all different, just like just like everybody is. Um, I'll be able to connect those. But I think I'm going to cut out a circle. But the level of appreciation that I feel like everybody has for each other, and it's like I am such a fan. That's the word. I'm a fan of everybody that's doing this. And all of the people that I've met, um, kind of in this creative realm, you know? Right, Linda, right. Now, my husband decided since I was going live, he was going to go live. He wasn't normally going to be, so now we're both live. And sometimes I think that is it janky for you guys? Let me get my inspiration here. Let's see if I can. I mean, I do have two pillows, I suppose. Two pillowcases, I suppose, if it's. Still fuzzy. Gosh darn it. I'm so sorry, guys. Yes, Lydia. Aw, yeah. I saw you open it. It was awesome. I'm just taking my finger now and kind of going along the edge here to get it fraying, to get it doing the thing that we want it to do. You know what? It might have to be this way. It might have to be this way with that to kind of offset. I'm not quite ready to adhere anything just yet. So, I'll have to decide. You guys tell me what you think. I'll have to decide if this little bonnet is enough. I think that I can, even though she doesn't have like a ribbon or anything to tie the bonnet. I think that perhaps if I do like a little tie there, it might look more like a bonnet. It's like there's not enough of a gather maybe either. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. A little bling for sure. I think I'll gather it just a little bit more. Maybe move it up a little. I don't know that this needs to go down. You know what I mean? It might be okay just kind of flopping there. Do, do, do. I'll probably just embroidery some like stems and stuff. I'm not thrilled with this. I'm wondering if I can't do a whole one and do it smaller than what. Just do it smaller than this. I mean, that is not going to be hard to draw, right? So that might have to be tabled. Might have to be tabled, guys. Let me grab some thread here. Oh, I also have, I found this in my little stash. I don't know that it's vintage. It says 2011, so. But I thought I might do something with that. That's kind of cute, right? I have another one. This is pinkish. It looks lavender kind of. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this other one that I have is just too red. It's too bright. I like the muted better, I think. Okay. Green. Green, green, green. I like this color. I like this color of green. Yes, definitely buttons for sure. I think so too. I actually have some picked out. I have a really pretty, I have a couple of really pretty ones that I've kind of been saving. So look at this pearl button. Or shell. Isn't that cool? Oh, am I going the wrong way? Yep. It's pink and light pink. I'm not sure how well you can see it. But maybe that needs to be right there. Ooh, maybe that needs to be right there. And then I've also got this one here that has that carving in it. Aren't those beautiful? And you guys know, and look at the back. Like this one's old. You guys probably know that if you put a button on your teeth and it gives you that eek, that feeling that it is a true mother of pearl or button. I like, when I embroidery, I like it to be thick and fat. So generally, I don't like to split the thread. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. That means a lot. Because, I mean, it's kind of, It's so much fun, and I just have to try. I just have to stay in the mindset of, everybody is going to love anything that they get from this. You know what I mean? And so I'm not going to allow myself to be psyched out by people that are so talented. Okay, let me move my little flower here. I was kind of hesitant to do this kind of thing during the live just because you guys don't want to watch me embroidery, do you? I can't. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to go through and put the, oh, actually I need to bring it up that way. I don't want to sew the pocket shut. But I want the knot hidden. Okay. Now I always have to think to get started. Yeah. Yes, I agree, Lydia. Okay. To get started on anything, I always have to think about it for a minute. I'm just going to do a little chain stitch. As the stem. Oops, sorry. So I'm not sure if you guys can see. Cheryl, you said, definitely, I agree with that. I'm with a group of heavy hitters. You are so right. You are so right, friend. I appreciate you saying that and putting me in the same group with these ladies. Oh my gosh. This is a very muted green. I bet you guys probably can't even tell that it is green. It's extremely muted. What time is it? I have been on here for 30 minutes. I should be ashamed of myself. For what I have accomplished in those 30 minutes. I'm just so full of ideas, and this is only a 12 by 12 square. I can't do them all. I can't do all the ideas I have. So once I get this kind of up to where I want it, I'll do some leaves and stuff coming off. But also doing a blanket stitch around the outside of each of these will tie into this. Like, I can put this down and blanket stitch it to the overalls too. The possibilities. The possibilities. You guys, this is how I work too. Yes, exactly, Capri, for sure. But I definitely jump around a lot when I'm creating, because sometimes, I don't know, that's just how I work, I guess. I know there are a lot of people that are very linear, I guess, or very methodical. Is that the word? On how they do things, and I'm just more, even when I try to be like that, it doesn't work out for me because I end up doing something different than what I thought I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and go around one of these real quick. Maybe. Oh, how is there a knot right in the middle? Michelle, you saw that and ignored it. That's irritating. You know, I saw that when I was wrapping that up and just ignored it. So same thing, it does take me, like, I have to think about it every single time when I get started. I don't know if this is, Linda, I'm sure you know. My mom used to always say a little whip stitch, just a little whip stitch, which that might be what's happening here. It's definitely not a blanket stitch like I had intended. Yeah. Yes, that's it. I think that's it, Linda. You understand me better than I understand myself. But, we get to an age where we just kind of accept, right? That's where I'm at. And I just Saturday after the Rhinestone and Pearls event, I actually had a wedding, and my husband and I were sitting with some other friends that are close to 60, or on the other side of 55, and I'm like looking around, and oh my gosh, I would not want to go back to being in my 30s. Oh Lord, so happy where I'm at. A whip stitch. So yeah, you were saying that yesterday, and it was making me think of, that's always what my mom used to say. Just a little whip stitch will do the trick. My mom doesn't talk like that. I don't know why. Whenever I quote her, I always put on this, I don't know, Midwestern mom accent. But once I do all of the leaves like this, that should hold them good and steady, as far as like the insides ain't gonna come out. And then I will be able to stitch them onto the overalls. You guys, I will probably come back on to work on this. Once I get in a groove and I have, you know, know more what I'm going to do, how I'm going to fit everything I want to fit in it and on it. I go live on Thursdays. I had been doing my Alice in Wonderland journal, but maybe I'll work on this Thursday. I like to get them, these squares, in the mail ASAP. If you don't, you end up forgetting. I don't even know if you guys can see. Well, I did it again, those little stitches. But yeah, I mean, I think that's going to do the trick for all of those. And then I'll do this coming up and up here, and then do some leaves. I've got this to do here. So that's part of one of my leaves. This guy, part of, nope. And I think I will use my pink button for the center instead of the center I originally cut out. There. Okay. There's where the other half of that thing is. You keep all those in order there. Okay. Now, yeah, definitely Capri. What? I really think I want to revisit this. Let me grab my pillowcase. Let me grab my pillowcase here. Because I kind of feel like where's my pen? There we go. No, I need it to be, I think I need it to be this way. Forgive me as I muddle through. Because I'm thinking that I can probably make a smaller version of this, you know, and just cut it out, and then it would be all frayed. I mean, just to give me an idea. What time is it? And I am so sorry that I did not get who was right after me. So I think that because the bonnet where it's gathered on this comes out further, like her little apron right there, I can just make that out of another piece of fabric, or like a doily or a hanky or something along those lines. So I'm just going to kind of go with the back of her dress. Okay. This will at least give me an idea. Like I say, I have a whole nother pillowcase. If I mess it up, too bad. Why don't you cut the bonnet of the other fabric? I don't know what you mean. I was trying to take advantage of this gathered right here. This little gathered area with the piping. Oh, because I don't want it that big. I was trying to be able to fit the whole thing on. Even if I cut her out, that's pretty big. I might end up doing that, I don't know. You never know. You never know. You never know with Michelle. Okay, so I know right now it's going to look weird because she's cut in half here, but so I'm just going to take another piece of fabric to do that, to do her little front side, and then her apron. Oh, I've only got 1 minute left. Okay. I hope you guys got an idea of where I was planning on going with this. I know I was all over the place. So Thursday, 3 o'clock Central, that's when I'll come back on and I will work on this. Instead of doing the Alice in Wonderland thing, I'll do this because I'm into it. Hopefully, I will be able to not work on it too much to the point where it's all done before Thursday. So, yes. All right, you guys, I wish I knew who was up after me. I'm so sorry I don't. I think it usually goes till 9 or 10 Central Time tonight. So stay watching. I guess everybody is creating for who's creating for them. So that's really fun. And tomorrow, no, Wednesday, my Artful Adventures has an event that's about travel, I think. So there's lots of stuff going on this week in the Crafty Bunch. So stay tuned in there, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.